Pizza delivery.
Living in the city.
Tails acted for the greater good. Let's make sure his sacrifice isn't for nothing.
It's like a roller coaster.
Watch this mad skill. Bounce 3 times to get to the upper platform. Oh. You know, here's something I didn't think of before, but I'm shoving it here now because fuck it, I'm not reading through my script to find an appropriate place. I mean, come on, are you gonna sit through and read all this shit? The parkour system in this game was handled really badly. The only part of it I think that worked well was the wall running, and even then it was a bit janky sometimes with, you know, how you started it up. I really think Sonic games need a more fluid control scheme. Take a Hat in Time, for instance. You almost never have to stop moving in that game because Hat can control so well. Even when the game lays out a slower path for you to traverse, more often than not you can work around it thanks to your expansive movement options. Now, Lost World doesn't completely lack options when it comes to movement. It's miles better than Force's options. That being whether you want to boost or not, but I really hope for future games they take the fluid, expansive approach to Sonic's moveset. And as I said before, the wall running feels good, so that's why it sticks out of my mind, but also that it's the only parkour option where you don't have to stop and start over and over again. Pretty much all of Sonic's moves in this game require him to either stop or slow down. Think more like a Hat in Time, Sonic Team. Think more Sly Cooper or Crash Bandicoot or, I don't know, the game that somehow does rolling better than you! And on that note, what the fuck, why is this wisp so big? It's just as big as Sonic, meaning it's 3 feet tall! I don't get it. No, not this guy again. At least this time I can take him out with a homing attack. Oh god, he doesn't die! Life's not worth living anymore! What's with these rings that just pop into existence? New Super Mario has that too, but at least they move in from the side or something. This is just fucking lazy. Looks like I can get across here without using the stupid ass wisp. Oh, not! Whew, close one. I really don't like how you can't double jump out of a bounce, especially since the bounce stops your forward momentum almost completely. Okay, fine. Guess I'll use this then. I still don't get it. Okay, so in this part you have to hide from the spotlight so you don't get seen by the big robot owl. Sorry, the bad neck owl. Oh crap, he's got me! Oh no. Hey man, is that a shooting star? God, rhythm just isn't any amount of fun. In the Wii U version, you were meant to tap on the screen where the notes were and Sonic would move over to them. Sounds, interactive, I guess. But now that there's no touchscreen here for the PC version, guess what you do? You press the jump button. Over and over again. It auto-targets the next note and you move to it. That's it. Just the jump button. Over and over and over and over. Did I mention you have no other control other than pressing jump? Ah, here we go. So we'll just sit here and wait for the meter to run out. That's the proper way to play. Man, what is this owl looking at every time it raises its head? Squirrel!
Just give up, Sonic.
Okay. The thing with this level is that you can skip a couple of the hiding places if you're fast enough. What we're going to do is try to get to the next one before... Oh. So in this Zor boss fight, you have to kick back the projectiles he sends around the arena to knock him off his owl. Once he's down, you can homing attack him, even though for some reason it doesn't want to charge up. Listen, if you're gonna be making a new mechanic Sonic Team, you've really gotta let us know how the hell it works first. Repeat a couple times and that's that. What the fuck happened here? It's infinite all over again. Looks like Zavok figured out how to work the computer. So the Zeddy are finally opening the capsule containing what they think is Sonic, but instead they get...
Somebody messed up royally because we don't have Sonic.
We know.
Why did that sound like something out of a preschool show? Right down to the long-ass pause and the drawn-out words.
We know.
Whatever, here we are in the next level.
Fuck, really?
Honestly, I have no idea why this level's in the forest stages when it's got so much ice. However, I do appreciate how the music changes when the giant boulders start rolling at you. If I said that before, I apologize. The video's getting pretty long. Jesus, the whole inner tunnel gravity schmumpus just doesn't work properly. Look at Sonic here. He's jumping as if it was just flat ground, and then he just clips onto the side here. Ah, damn it. I just hate how you can't influence your mid-air direction with the pirouette jump. It's like Castlevania up in this bitch. Gee, doesn't this look familiar? Okay, so here's a great part of the level, I'm sure you'd agree. So I run down this hall here, I jump over the octopuses, which have eyelashes for some reason, I don't know, you tell me. Jump onto this wall to climb it, and, I don't know. I'm at a loss at this point. I mean, I stumble around for a bit, until it hits me. That's it! This game is bullshit! Of course! The thing I couldn't see was the solution all along!
all about. Removing harassment from gaming.
What? See, that one had a spring! So now we're on to Zone 4. Shouldn't it be Act 4? Come here, bitch. So now we're on to Zone 4.
Look at him all, I'm so fast and stuff.
Okay, firstly, he's not really going very fast there. And secondly, Sonic's using a different running animation there. One where he's not doing that stupid-ass figure 8 stuff for no reason.
Makes me sick.
Honestly, me too nowadays. Why is Sonic so slow in 2D? I'm getting sick of Mario's fucking faster. And why the hell is the kick or homing attack working here? What's so special about these enemies? Okay, so I get that I can't kick these big guys. Okay, I get that. Gotta kick the bomb back. That's what you gotta do. Alright, whatever. But when I bounced instead of kicking, for some reason Sonic thought it'd be a great idea to move left. You know, where the death pit is. This gravity is whacked, man. I guess I still thought my gravity was at the platform back there, but because I couldn't jump out of a bounce, I could do nothing but wait for Sonic to fall to his death. Stupid ass Sonic Lost World stun all over. And here we have more drill segment circles in the sky, folks, because that's level design. And thus, RadicalSoda never unpaused the game for fear of death. And the Sonic Lost World review was never finished. I always do the shit you should know by now. Gee, this background track just doesn't get old. Just wonderful how they couldn't program the door without some sort of automation, so Sonic just X to a sudden halt for a second. So in the dark section of this level, Sonic can't homing attack. You gotta hang on to these levers like an oil ocean or Sandopoulos in order to light up the place again. But I don't really care about doing that, I just want to finish this as fast as possible. Whoa, that was a close one there. Wait, we have a hint here, what does that say? Ah, okay. Why is Sonic's shoe trail so completely visible in the dark? Does anyone know how lighting works?
I'm sorry, this is just turn into nitpicking, I suppose. I mean, I know that the issues that I'm bringing up aren't that big of a deal, so I'll try to leave the small stuff from now on and focus on the big gameplay impacting issues.
I just want to show you all the Zor boss fight. Are you ready? It's pretty insane.
Only the Reaper wins in the end.
And that was the whole boss fight. I don't even know what he was doing, just headbutting the ground, like, what? So here we are in Sky Road. Oh, sorry, I meant reuse assets from Windy Hill and call it a new level road. This is essentially just Windy Hill hard version with clouds instead of the ground. They didn't even try making it different. It's just like how they didn't even try changing Windy Hill up from Green Hill. God, wall running really just needs to come back. I mean, look how cool this looks, and it's actually fun. I could have just flown through this with the Eagle Wisp, but would you rather do this? Or this? Wisps or this? I mean, come on, give me your honest opinion here. Jeez, I do love how the spiked balls just start rolling whenever I get close to them. I mean, look, not moving, moving. Boy, do I love nitpicking. Oh, look, a whole mini-boss section based on the really slow cloud jumping mechanic. Cool!
If we don't find your friend, can I be your sidekick?
What? Shut up!
Sonic, did you just... Oh, you do not know how much material you've just given me.
In the brief moments that remain.
Shut up!
Eggman said he had some plan that will destroy
Shut
us.
up! Surprise! Shut up!
I thought I was dead.
Shut up!
Other than the...
Shut up!
This cutscene really serves no purpose. It exists for some comedic relief, I guess. It's got the upbeat, funny music and all, but the stuff they're saying is kind of grim.
If we don't find your friend, can I be your sidekick?
Like, as in... If Tails is dead? Like, what's going on with these cutscenes? It's like if I started a video review like this. Hello everyone, and welcome to my video review on Shark Tale for the PS2. Now, throughout my journey with this game, it became much harder for me to keep thinking positively, and that's why I'm leaving YouTube forever. Well, there we go, this is a lot better, and more ominous music, the acting's better, but we're still in happy, fun-time green-ass hill, and now we're here. And we're reusing assets from Silent Forest now, alright. I'm a speedrunning champ! Oh god, I don't think I'm meant to be here. Who designed this? It looks like someone's first ROM hack. So here comes Zavok, the big baddie and the strongest of the Zeddy. Unless you're counting Zombom's stomach, of course. So you hit the end of the snake's tail so you can run over it to get to Zavok himself. So you... Or not. I mean, why? It even continues the same pattern here. It's the same places where you can run on it. Why not make it spiky or something so I'd know I'd have to jump there? So I guess you have to homing attack down the snake to get to Zavok, or the reticle just won't appear. Alright. However, I did figure out that if you kick the snake instead of homing attack, you won't waste time bouncing all over the fucking place. Oh, come on! So if you get there in time, you can hit Zavok, who's just, floating there. Yeah, no, yep, apparently he can fly. Okay.
Maybe it's too early to kill.
What were you thinking then? Something like 4:30? Please, I ran out of jokes like half an hour ago. I'm running on nothing here.
Sounds like you need someone to spice. I'm looking directly at the camera. Sounds like you need someone to spice things up.
No. So we get to the next cutscene and...
You just use the force.
So we get to the next cutscene and, well, they didn't really learn from the mistakes from the last time, that's for sure.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot! That's horrible!
Look at this scene. Look at the scenery. Look at where Sonic's standing. Where did he come from? That's a fucking sheer cliff face. Listen to the music.
Oh, I don't know. Being a robot's not so bad.
Yes, that's definitely they're gonna turn Tails into a robot music.
That's horrible!
Yes, Sonic, that is. You think that we, the audience, should know that by now. You could have said something like, we've gotta hurry, or, you know, point out that if Eggman wasn't so slow, Sonic probably would have saved Tails by now. By the way, what happened to the tornado? Is it just gathering rust somewhere? But instead we get...
That's horrible!
Why do Sonic characters react to life-threatening news with a simple...
That's horrible!
And again, this cutscene actually serves no purpose in the grand scheme of things. I mean, we know that Tails is going to be turned into a robot, and we can assume that Sonic would tell Eggman, and even then, Eggman doesn't actually interact with Tails later on because all his robotic stuff just kind of vanishes in the next cutscene, even though he clearly outpowers the Zeddy by himself. Actually, sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Anyway, Eggman doesn't even speak in this cutscene anyway, so it's just a joke from Cubot and Orbot. Actually, where the heck is Eggman in this cutscene? He's not actually here! They didn't even bother programming him in, what the fuck? And you know how I said that Sonic came from nowhere because, you know, there's no ground behind him? Turns out there's no ground behind anybody in this cutscene. So you're telling me they're just standing in the sky somewhere on a floating disk of Earth? Let's hope the next level makes a bit more sense. Oh cool, the 2D section. Oh cool, Flappy Bird. Oh cool, my will to live. It's gone! Now here's a fun zinger. I spent a few minutes dodging this pufferfish's robot thingy's missiles, waiting for a weak point to show up or something, but haha, of course not! Turns out you have to spin into the regular ass missiles and deflect them back at him. Reminds me of that other time you could jump into missiles and deflect them back at enemies.
Ouch!
Oh wait, yeah, that never happened! Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm done here.
Hello!
Guess I'm doing the first fucking level again.
Here we go, shortcut. Do you think he noticed us? There we go, alright, let's just get on to the next level already.
What are you doing?
I gotta go.
Why am I in this? What purpose does it serve? Listen, there's a difference between variety to break up the gameplay and variety to slow it down to a crawl! So the giant machine thingy's sucking up the Earth's juices is continuing to... well, suck up the Earth's juices, and it looks like things are becoming bleak for our heroes on Earth. The Earth with fucking Minecraft trees.
It's too late for us, Sonic. Save the world and kick some butt for all of us. I'm sorry, I never got to say.
Amy! Knuckles!
What? Firstly, what the fuck is the serious-ass cutscene doing in the game where all the other cutscenes are composed of this? Why does this game insist on trying to include this serious-ass cutscene intermittently in between all the silly ones? I mean, you remember the cutscene I skipped where Sonic says,
That was cool. Pun entirely intended.
that's also the cutscene where Eggman had a violent meltdown and said he wanted to strangle a Zeddy. Yeah. Does that not just feel completely out of place for anyone else? So the final Sky Road level is ripped off from the desert world. Where am I? Oh, so this is another one of those 2D levels for the most part with ghosts with ghosts floating around in front of the stage, so technically it should look like this. Who are these ghosts of anyway? Are they all the Sonics that have died throughout the game? Hey look, it's the Sonic that died from cruddy level design. Remember this shit? Wait, what? I can die from going back down to where there's more ground? You know whatever, I should expect this shit by now. Oh no, wait, what? So that part of the ground gets to keep its ground status. I gotta go back. No, I can make it. Man, I sure love how I still don't know exactly how far Sonic can jump. Maybe that's just because of the constant change of speed depending on what direction he's moving in. Just reminding you of that. So it switches to an on-rails 3D sliding segment after a while, and it's okay. I mean, all you can do is move left and right and shimmy along some poles here and there, but for a mechanic that's never once seen during the entire game and then never again afterwards, it just feels really odd to have it here of all places. You'd think that I've implemented it in the desert levels somewhere to get you at least somewhat familiar with it first. Usually the final levels are made for you to show off all the skills you've learned throughout the journey, but with this game you're still learning stuff by the time the final boss rolls around. I really wish they'd stop replaying the same voice clip over and over every time I died too.
All this effort just to reach the one Zeddy you cannot defeat. All this effort, all this effort, all this effort, all this effort.
Yeah, this bit was hard, alright. You know, I would actually say this level is the hardest in the entire game. Not to mention it likes to fuck with you just because it can. Also, Rhythm is here, just wanted to mention that. So here's Zavok's proper boss fight, which is gated off with these annoying-ass firebar guys. Just admit it, Sonic Team, you all know the firebars from Mario. Also, excuse me? So it turns out that Zavok's the only one with his own theme in his boss fight. The other Zeddy share the... and the... with their first and second boss fight, respectively. But Zavok starts off with the second music in his first fight, and is something unique for his second one. And for the only unique boss music so far, it isn't very unique. There have been other times the Sonic franchise has done really serious-sounding orchestral pieces, and each have had their own flair. Here's Metal Madness from Sonic Heroes. And of course, Dark Gaia from Unleashed. We'll just skip that one. This one, however, sounds very generic for some reason. Even after just listening to it, I can't remember it at all. Tell you what, Sonic Forces, as repetitive as its music is, actually did Zavok's theme a lot better in my opinion. Wow, not only am I still talking about Sonic Forces a whole year later, I'm actually fucking complimenting it. What the heck? This music really doesn't go well with the janky-ass animations, though. I mean, seriously, I'm not saying they have to be Disney quality, again, but at least try not to make them look stupid. So here's where the problem in this fight lies. Okay, so I'm in the final stretch here. The rest of the fight, I mean, it's a piece of cake. You dodge a punch, wait for the lasers, it's fine, whatever. But here, at this part, you have to kick Zavok's arm away so he can't guard. I mean, easy enough to understand. He's off balance now, so we charge up a homing attack and bop him. Cool! Now he's really off balance. Now we just set up another charged homing attack and... Sorry, what? Oh, watch out, guys. He's chasing me. Here we go, he's back at the edge, got him wobbling. I'll try again, I guess. Maybe we gotta kick him. Apparently not. Here we go, here we go, here we... No. What do I do? What am I doing wrong? I'm trying to let it charge up to 3. Wait, I see. Okay, let it charge up 5 times. Right, silly me. Of course, the mechanic which was never introduced, explained, or used in any other Sonic game which functions different with every enemy in the goddamn game except for bosses, where you can always assume it charges to 3, and that's the most powerful attack stone that gets changed, so we have to use it that way. Oh, of course. Fuck you! Oh god, fuck you so hard! Have you ever seen such a scatterbrained game in all your life? In all my days! I've never been so pissed off at a Sonic game. And this was the second time I've beaten this fight. I've played this before and it still fucked me up. Even Sonic Forces doesn't have anything this cheap. I mean, then again, Sonic Forces is the easiest Sonic game to date. But seriously, why would they do this? Just to anger us? Well, it worked. The next world is, what's this stupid ass question mark? What is it? Okay, so it's Baby's first ROM hack number 2. And that's all I can stomach. So the next world is the lava world. It's almost as if the levels in this game are following a set pattern or something. Zavok still at that computer, I see.
Tails, I gotta send an email on this thing. I don't know how.
So the Zeddy are finally making Tails a robot.
When we return, you'll be our slave.
That's probably a mistake, just leave him alone. I mean, and yep, he's controlling the computer with one of his tails. Wait, how is he controlling the hairs on his tail? And what if Zavok came back or something?
Oh, forgot my keys.
So at another place in the current time, Sonic and Eggman are walking to the base when suddenly... No, I mean that suddenly the lip syncing gets very bad very quickly. Not exactly...
Say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
Levels of bad, but, you know.
Wow, it's quite a drop.
Yes it is.
Now apparently the Zeddy have been powered up by the big old suck machine, but... Zaz, you could hurl a giant metal sphere into the sky, and Zomom can fucking drill through solid earth. These rocks really aren't that big of a deal. Now, does anyone else remember that one cutscene in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity where the characters and props keep moving around between cuts? Well... So Sonic drops these 3 pebbles off this bridge here, and as you can see, they're pretty close to getting to the other side. So Zaz and Zomom appear at the side they just came from, although how they got there without being hurt, I don't know. I can't imagine Zomom has very light footing, and Zaz would probably be screaming the whole time. Anyway, they destroy the bridge and it breaks here. They fall, of course, and Eggman grabs onto what's left of the bridge on their side, and... That's all I'm saying about that. Anyway, so Eggman starts swinging Sonic so he can get back up in time, and... Well, I'm sorry to whoever was on a crunch to try and animate this, but Jesus Christ, what is this angle? And why does Sonic look so goofy here? So Eggman throws Sonic up and falls to his death. So, do you realize what this means? 3 separate characters have had their deaths faked out. Because we already know that Amy isn't gonna die. We already know that Eggman isn't gonna die unless they pull a comic situation and throw a wrench into Sonic cannon. And Tails, really? His sacrifice? So the Deadly Six finally realize that the best option is to attack Sonic all at once, or at least in groups of 3 it seems. Or they'll just attack Sonic one at a time again. Okay, at least they said...
This energy machine is made of
So at least there'll be a challenge. Oh, Christ. Zomom is somehow easier than before. Don't know why they all just segregated to this tiny little planet. What the fuck? Fucking really? This camera sucks ass! Okay, I won't fucking move this time. Whoa, something big's coming. Oh. Why the hell are they all using the same shadow size for all these guys? And why is this guy so big now? Who did the model sizing in this game? And why were they re-hired for forces? I mean, look at Middle here. He's huge! I know he's meant to be large here. I know. Where's Chaos, though? Where's he at, though? And that was Zone 1 of Lava Mountain. Yeah, just a boss rush. But hey, at least Act 2 is a full level. Oh.
Made of unique shapes and level design. No two levels are the same. No two levels are the same.
The visual design hasn't even been changed. It's just got purple water instead of blue. It's even got the exact same music. It just feels really lazy, especially for a level called Lava Mountain. And it's a little bit difficult. But it is, for the most part, fine. A bit cheap sometimes, but whatever. Just don't know why it's here. Well, I mean, I do. It's because it's much easier to rehash a level rather than make a new one. But why not another underground level or something?
Amy? Knuckles?
Oh wait, yeah, Knuckles is also apparently dead. 4 characters they tried to fake us out with. It's a Sonic game. Even when they intend for a character to die, they don't really die. Trying to fake out someone's death in this game, it'd be like making the theme of a Sonic game a modern style war with like strategies and torture and destroying cities full of people. So Sonic meets up with the rest of the Zeddy, who have a crazy surprise for us. Turns out Tails has been turned into a robot. Oh man, he's definitely a robot! It's not like he was completely in control of this whole operation! Of course, Tails isn't actually a robot, he's just dicked himself out in some machinery, but wouldn't it have made a bit more sense if we didn't know whether or not Tails' hacking succeeded? Like, if he was like... Oh god, this is harder than I thought. What made me think I could reprogram an incredibly complicated program with a sandwich pick using my tail? So Tails fends off the 3 powered-up Zeddy all by himself, Sonic sees how strong he's become, and the 2 heroes set off together to finally defeat the Zeddy. Just kidding, of course. What do you think this is, a fucking partnership? Sonic tells Tails to sit his ass down and runs off by himself. So the next level starts off where I expected the first zone to start off, and of course we gotta check for secrets. Or not. So here's where we're introduced to another Wisp, Hover, on the second last level. Anyway, Hover's kind of... well, and they'll just let you keep flapping around with it until it runs out. Anyway, the next section of this level is in a building. Anyone else catch that? Anyone? Looks like they didn't even bother programming the transfer between sections correctly, because if we take a look here... yeah. Not to mention we keep running on nothing and then Sonic starts wall running. And here we have another baby's first ROM hack level segment. I mean, look at any other Sonic game and you'll see quality made levels. These are just fucking platforms! Like Bubsy 3D! Literally, just platforms! So here's Xena again, and this time she's relegated to the Stompod platform mini-boss. She also goes down in 2 hits again.
Lost to a boy.
And let's not forget how the game punishes you for successfully attacking the enemy. With damage, I mean, that's great. You know, in Sonic Heroes, your homing attack bounce doesn't go very high. However, if you keep the button held down, you can actually move surprisingly high. This game will just make your height for you, which will normally be way too high. However...
what? No flowers?
That could have been a really cool attitude for Xena here. You know, poke fun at girl stereotypes. After all, she's a powerful Zeddy. She can shoot energy beams from her hands. How is it that I'm still finding problems with this game? Listen, if I jump, I don't want Sonic to have to start running all over again. This isn't Kingdom Hearts. Forces does this too, actually. You know what other game doesn't do that? Every other Sonic game! Hang on, did this one do it too? God damn it. How is Sonic hanging on that conveyor belt? Here's Hover again, slipping through platforms and moving up way too fast. Now how the hell was I meant to see that coming? First of all, you put me near the top of the screen, then you set me upwards at the rate of 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is, you know what, I don't even care. I just don't care. I'm done with these fucking ones. You can see why I was so distressed about them coming back in forces, although it turns out that they were the least of that game's problems. So here's Zor again, and well, he doesn't really last very long. So here's a fun alternate path, but you get to choose whether you want to go this route, running on walls, making sure you jump at the right time, seeing if you want to nab the red ring as you go, dodging the giant missiles, or whether you want to use the Wisp and just skip the entire section by watching what is essentially a cutscene. Forget using what you learned, you know, just watch the game do it for you.
You are a waste of my time, Sonic, and I despise waste.
Yep, that's right. I see here that is true. So here's the waste despiser himself, back again, and, even when he turns gigantic, he's still extremely easy to beat. And boom, there we go. What a shit final boss. Oh wait, there's another final boss. And boom, there we go. What a shit final boss. Okay, no. So Sonic and Tails make it to the sucking machine, even though Sonic told Tails to wait there. And also, where are Tails' upgrades? He literally took on just 3 Zeddy by himself and got rid of them? They figure out that the machine's already been turned off, and it turns out that Eggman isn't actually dead. Wow, how about that? And of course, he's got another boss fight for us, because of course he does. That's just kind of customary at this point. They've done the same thing 3 times now. Show us the brand new villain, hype up the brand new villain, whoops, Eggman's the final boss now. You know, there have been quite a few Sonic games where the opposites happened, and their stories are generally regarded as pretty good, or at the very least quite suitable for a Sonic game, and the final fight is always a hell of a lot more climactic. Anyway, the final boss, well, it's got the, I mean, you can do the, I'm telling you, you got the, there's some sort of, unique. It's a unique one. I also want to say that the music's good, and I can see that I wrote that in my notes here, but I honestly can't remember it at all. It's just forgettable, I guess, even if it does sound good. So Sonic beats Eggman and Tails starts hacking the machine, telling Sonic,
"You know you never needed Eggman, right? I could have turned this thing off myself."
And that's the moral of the story, folks. World's ending? Don't take the necessary precautions to ensure everything will turn out okay. Just trust in this one plan which may or may not work. What if Zomom didn't like sandwiches, Tails? What if there was no sandwich pick to hack the computer with? What then? What if the Zeddy had just killed you instead? What then?
I just reprogrammed his machine to return our world's stolen energy.
Tails, machines don't work like that. You can't reprogram a whisk to unwhisk something or for a kettle to unboil things. If the machine doesn't have the parts, it can't do shit other than what it's designed to do. Eggman built the fucking thing. If he knew the machine had the capability to do that, then he would have done it himself. He clearly doesn't want the Earth to be destroyed.
Honey, why isn't my jetpack working?
Maybe because I borrowed the exhaust hose?
Did Sonic just kill Eggman? Holy shit, they really did kill off someone this time. So Tails gives back the world its energy, which I think is just the same cutscene from before, just reversed. And the two of them go back home to Minecraft. And somehow they got there within seconds. I mean, only Sammy's been admiring that flower for quite a few hours. Wasn't the tornado back somewhere in Desert Ruins?
I would have wrapped this up sooner. But, what are you gonna do?
Did they seriously just spell that like, whatever, yeah, I don't care, I don't forget it. And then Sonic goes to sleep under a Minecraft tree. Credits roll. No, seriously, that's how it ends. Also, I can't skip the credits! Oh, cool, look at that, the cutscene I just watched. Isn't that interesting? And that's that! Sonic Lost World! I mean, that's an interesting one, I'll give it that. Oh, fuck, there's more levels, aren't there? So there's one last world. And I don't get it. I don't get why they included this. There are plenty of levels already. You'd think they'd spend the extra time just testing for bugs and shit, but nope, more levels, I guess. Well, I mean, we can always try them out, I guess. I mean, let's start with the first one. Wow, that was probably the most boring Sonic level in existence. The level consists of this. Literally nothing else. And it doesn't have an ending. It just ends when you run out of time. Yep. Well, now that we've beaten Rubik's Cube Land, we can move on to the second level, which is flying the tornado? Oh shit, is this the Tails theme?
When all alone in my chair, I just go about wishing. Wanna be off.
And the third one is the level based around these disappearing platforms. It's harmless, to say the least, which is all I want to say right now. I can remember I was struggling to get past these last few levels, and I'm struggling to even write about them. It's giving me PTSD. And the last level is... yeah, no, I guess we'll never figure out what that level is.